I want to know why it's so hard to feel loved.
Just that. Short answer, it's hard to feel loved because you weren't by the very people who mattered the most.
Yeah.
So basically that sets up everything for your life. You see that?
Yeah.
If you can't be loved by those people who should love you the very most, how does anybody else have a shot?
Awkward. I didn't think I was actually going to come up here. But, I feel like, wow, that's odd. It's hard to let myself be loved or get love. And, I don't know how to open myself up. I block myself too much.
It's about loss. So for you specifically, this probably echoes a lot more people here, but for you, you don't want to let love in because you're going to lose it. That's basically the energy. So even when I'm sitting here across from you, that's the kind of feeling. It almost feels like you're this is a social experiment. It's almost like you're leaving me where I'm sitting, and you're missing me before I'm even gone. That's the energy. Like it's almost like you're experiencing love through a lens of nostalgia. Does that feel like some of you in the crowd? Yeah. So nostalgia, which is that feeling of losing something that you really, really want, is the closest you come to love. Does that make sense? A little. So tell me why you have to lose.
I don't know.
Play the game with me. Play the game with me. I know you've got an excuse for every person that walks into your life, why you're going to lose them.
Because I'm not worthy of being loved.
I'm more interested in the game that your mind plays. Either it's imagining that this person's going to die, or this person's too famous to be close to me, or this person is busy, or this person's going to find another woman that he's more interested in, or this. It's basically.
I'm always coming up with some sort of reason to lose people, I guess. I always imagine my parents' deaths or my boyfriend, and that gets me super sad. And yeah. And then I don't know how to not think of how to lose them.
Well, the first thing to realize is that you're doing that so as to prevent yourself from being blindsided.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what this means is that way back in your childhood, you experienced a loss that blindsided you. You weren't expecting it. And then it happened. Now, for those of you who are basically panicking, going, oh, I can't trace that back to anything, this is why I created this process that I'm calling the completion process. Oftentimes when we have these types of experiences in early childhood, we completely forget them, or we don't understand the impact they had on us. So when I say there was a loss that happened in your childhood that blindsided you, and so now you want to anticipate everything so you never get blindsided again, I'm not necessarily saying that you have to have a giant, what an adult would consider an external tragedy. It can be as what we would call mundane as having a new sibling come home. Some of you probably don't remember how traumatizing that was if you were the older child, where suddenly parents are interested in the baby, nobody taught them how to integrate into a family very well, and so it's literally just one day I fall from grace and someone else takes my place. What's the laugh about?
I don't know where to go from here.
You need to be doing trauma work.
Yeah. I have a lot of trauma.
Have you done much dabbling there?
A little. It's hard.
What?
Because I start crying.
Good.
There's another question.
Okay.
Oh, I guess this is it. Because I can't come up with anything. Kind of blindsided.
Or what?
I don't know. I have nothing to talk about, so I should just get off stage.
Okay, before you do get off stage, I want you to try this completion process stuff. But you don't have to do it by yourself if you don't want to. You know.
What do I do?
Find a practitioner you like. Unless you want to do it completely by yourself. That's up to you. But specifically with that feeling that you feel when you have somebody there with you, that nostalgic missing, I'm going to lose this feeling, okay? You go through that emotion back in time. That's what this process does.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason that I would almost like you working with someone is because they can lead you directly through that. But when you come up here and you say, how can I start to let love in? The answer is that. You got to resolve the trauma that's making it so you won't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what I mean by this, you guys. Now, rather than go through the full process here on the stage right now, when we go through traumatic experiences, we make decisions. So let's just pretend that she was in a family where, actually just give me something that you know you went through in childhood that was a blind side.
I was told my dad isn't my biological dad. I found out when I was like 10.
Okay, so what did you decide at that moment about life? What did you make that mean?
That I wasn't wanted.
Okay, so I'm not wanted. Based on that blindsiding event, we could call that a trauma, we made a decision that I'm not wanted. Now, from that day forward, I'm not wanted becomes the lens through which we see everything. So this process, which I created, it's designed to make it so that you go back to the event.
Mm-hmm.
Resolve the event. And then create different meaning. And everything that's causally linked to that, including your current relationships, shifts as a result of doing that.
I can already kind of see how it shifted because, like, I was wanted because my dad adopted me when I found out that day that I wasn't, like, his real child. So that kind of made me feel better, but, like, traumatized that he wasn't my real dad.
So there's still work to be done.
Yeah.